Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Super Sport James. We're back here with the Malibu. Got my boy Gordon with me. He's gonna assist me today in making a slow Malibu a little less slow. I'm not sure how it's gonna go, but pretty much we're just gonna do a new top end without the heads. I was gonna do heads, but it's just not in the cards right now, and I'm probably gonna pull this motor sometime soon. So we're gonna do a new carb, new intake, set timing, and probably just get this thing to run a lot better. I got some more tricks for this thing as time goes on, but you guys will see that in a second. So let's get into it. Let's get this thing cracked off and see how she goes. She's naked, or at least you can see the inside of her, no pun intended. She's pretty clean, cast iron heads. A little disappointed I'm not replacing them, but you know how that goes. Non-roller block, obviously. I knew it was that. Casting numbers came back to like a 80 to 85 4-bolt main truck block. I don't think it's a 383 like the guy told me. He probably got told by the machine shop it was or whatever, but I'm thinking it's more of a 355, which is okay because 355s are stout as shit, so that's okay with me. It's I wanted to do like heads and go down the rabbit hole and convert it to roller and all that other shit, but you know, that's like another $3,000 into an old school small block that I have. Literally have a LS sitting on the side, so it's not really necessary. We're gonna lay out the old parts versus the new parts just so I can introduce them all to you, and you guys will get a feel for them, and then we're gonna make a game plan. It's probably just as easy as going back together, but I need to decide if we're doing anything special before we start putting things back together. Okay, we got new goodness in the house. Old and busted, new hotness. New hotness, old and busted. Man, I cannot wait for all these goodies to go onto this damn car. So obviously there's a few differences. This is like a 600 CFM vacuum secondary Holley with a dual plane, non-air gap Edelbrock. I'm not even sure what model it is. It's just obviously not a air gap. This is your RPM air gap Edelbrock. It has pretty much all the same exact layout, so we're just going to be literally moving stuff over. This is my new carburetor, which I'm so happy about. Shout out to Holly, shout out to Holly, shout out to Holly. Brawler 680 vacuum secondaries, electric choke, and as you can see, she matches the car, which is probably like the sexiest thing ever. Moving on, we have a few Red Horse things. I'm doing the fuel line feed in -6 black nylon braided. I have RPC 700 R4 kickdown assembly. This is the carburetor linkage, so that little button's gonna go up here so I can get full anchorage. Throttle cable and brackets and springs. Hitachi starter, new Felpro intake gaskets, RPC throttle cable. All this stuff is going on today. I'm not doing the heads. I'm not doing the heads. I'm not doing the heads. It's not worth the hassle. I would love to. I was thinking about pulling them and what was it, doing the magnetic dial indicator deck bridge, trying to see if I needed to go have heads milled or something. It was either 600 to fix these, which I like just get them milled, redo the gaskets areas, and then what else was it? I think probably just a quick rebuild, like guides, check springs, and some other stuff. But I'm not gonna do all that. I might do something later, but it's probably not gonna happen. So we're gonna try to put all this back together without fucking anything up.
Can't promise anything, bro.
Can't promise anything. Can't promise anything. You know, putting cars together it's dangerous shit. I'm happy nothing broke. All the bolts came out clean. I cleaned up the gasket surfaces pretty good. I'm happy with it. We're just gonna full send it, put it back together, see how she runs. Spray and pray. So I'll see you guys in a second. I'm gonna put you guys back on the time lapse, and then I think I have a little bit of a surprise. I can't really do it yet, but I'm thinking about it. So just bear with me. Bear with me. Gordon said I said too much. So I'm gonna finish it off with well, there it is. And just like that, after a few seconds at the wire wheel, these bolts look good as used. So gasket maker's on, intake's on. That looks so beautiful, don't you agree, Gordon?
Yes.
Freshen up the bolts. Got a good 1/2 inch splooge on the china walls. Tighten up that feed right there for my oil pressure gauge. Throw in a few bolts and let this thing sit for a few seconds, and then we'll just keep going. Put the carburetor on. I got new studs. I got new whole bunch of shit. Man, I gotta come up with like a script or something, Gordon. Now that you said it, I'm like, okay, I ummed again, and then I ummed again. I keep umming. All right, guys, so we're gonna take a quick little break. I'm not looking right. I don't like the way it feels. I gotta go get a fucking haircut, so we'll be back in... All right, guys, we're back. How do I look? I know, sexy, right? All right, so we got problems. We got big problems. So went and got my haircut, came back, got pizza for me and Gordon. Car's like, I'd say at the 80% mark. Looks really good too. Ran into some small problems. I either want to run this or not run it. Obviously there's two options: stock throttle cable in this Ryan Star racing bracket, or I was trying to run a RPC brand 24-inch throttle cable setup, but this little eyelet, the length of that threaded rod does not fit between the linkage bushing to put it up here. So we're gonna run over to Tognotti's real quick, get that. I need some brake booster hose that's a little bit longer, and I think we should be good. We're close. I'm gonna take the gas bottle as well so we can stop and get some for that, so we don't have to run around twice. But we will be right back. It's getting kind of close, getting kind of tense. Who knows? We might make it work. Gordon said he's in for the long haul. I might keep him. Who knows? All right, y'all, we back at Tognotti's. Damn it, Gordon, see, I'm about to, hey, I wish if I could figure it out how to do an counter. Like, drop a comment and tell me how many I got in this motherfucker. The first person I can find with the correct amount gets $10 Venmo'd.
All right.
Y'all know where we at. Whole bunch of shit. Watch this, watch this. Hello. Watch this, watch this. Hey man, I need a carburetor or a radiator, man. I need a carburetor or a radiator, man. I don't know which one it is. Man, oh man, is she starting to come together. I'm hella juiced. Me and Gordon, we've been on there's that damn I fucking hate you. Now that you pointed that out, I'm so self-conscious. I'm so self-conscious. I don't even know what to do with none of my watches. Anyways, me and Gordon had to go back to Tognotti's because this little setup was like, this ball is too short, so we had to set that up. We had to like custom make some shit. We got all the fuel lines set up. If you watch Vice Grip Garage, the fuel making happener is connected to the doohickey pumpy dup, whatever the fuck he calls the fuel. What does he call the fuel pump?
That I don't remember.
I cannot remember, but he's hella funny. Anyways, so torque down. We're gonna torque down the carb. Try to set TDC as close as possible, and then we're going to drop distributor. Show you guys how we might do that. Clean. Everything's clean. Dude, you guys wouldn't believe, but so when you if you have a G body and you need to put like a low car cable or RPC cable through your firewall, and this is square and it all fits through, get you 2 ARP head bolt washers and it'll stop it. It'll be perfect. This thing has full throttle. Oh man, those springs are so strong, but it's perfect. We got to put some gas in it. I know what's wrong with it. Ain't got no gas in it. And then tighten down the ground. We're gonna do TDC real quick. Hey, the crank bolt is gonna be 5/8. I'll get down there and do that. And then we're just gonna bump, set it and forget it. Get it over on the lift. I think we're gonna do the, where is it? 700 R4 kickdown cable. We're gonna try that out. I don't know. Do you know?
Don't know, but we're gonna work on it.
We're gonna work on it. We're working on the car, so we having fun. I wish we had like more cameras, because if they were rolling the whole time, you guys would have been laughing, but that would make the video hella long, and it's just not there yet. But I appreciate you guys for tuning in, watching the car. I think this is gonna be an awesome setup. It's looking hella good. What do you guys think? Drop a comment down below. Tell me what you think. If this setup is gonna be nice and nasty, let me know. 680 CFM brawler carb, air gap, RPM air gap from Edelbrock. I kept the same top end, which is like a stock head. It's got 1.5 roller rockers, some type of cam. It is a hydraulic flat tappet, but this thing's gonna get tuned too. I'm actually gonna have this tuned. That's gonna be the part 2 surprise kind of deal. I'm gonna have a custom exhaust built. I'm gonna put some O2 sensors in it for data logging and AFR reading. Shout out to Innovate. Dual lambda DLG1, dual lambda gauge, and it's sexy. It's like a single gauge and it runs 2 O2 sensors at the same time, and they're going to be able to tune it. I want to have the, what is it, the lash, I want to have the valves adjusted, all that good stuff, and see if I can get this thing to really perform. And then, you know, we might raffle it off, or I might pick up another car where this could just drop in, who knows. But shout out to you guys. Appreciate everybody. Appreciate my boy Gordon for coming out here all the way from Antioch. He's been wrenching, busting his butt. Me and him been best friends for like, what, 5-6 years now?
6, yes.
6 years, and it never fails. He's always there to help me out. You guys pray to find a friend like this, man. Shout out G. All right, so we're gonna get back on this real quick and we'll see you in a second. All right, y'all, she's back together. Dizzy's in. Plugs back in. We found top dead center. We did the timing. Well, we didn't do the timing. We did the spark plug wires. Everything's on. I'm gonna double check the fuel lines with dash 6. Gordon, if you want, can you grab the dash 6 wrench and just double check all my work real quick? We tightened down everything, double checked everything. I think we're good. Put gas in the tank. We're about to get it going. The plan is to hold it at like 3,500 RPM and spin the Dizzy until it starts to break up a little bit, and then back it off after that. Brad told me that when he said you should be real close to being able to drive it with that setting. So we're gonna see how that works. Tune in. All right, Gordon, if you would, man the controls, just bump it. I'll see if our floats start coming up. Keep going. Keep going. Oh, is battery dead? Hold on. Go ahead. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Hold on. Oh, we got fuel. Try it. Nice. Go for it. Keep going. Go for it.
Nothing.
Huh?
Nothing.
On the pedal?
No, nothing on the ignition. I got no more battery jet.
Oh, okay. Hold on, guys. And that's why I brought a starter. Fuck. Go for it. We're running. That fucking thing. That was a good one. All right, guys, so we've been tweaking on it just a little bit, and when I say tweaking, I don't mean meth heads. It's just real latent is what we do. So I think it should fire up. Starter's acting up, but I brought a replacement just in case we feel a bit busy. Gordon, go ahead and give me a start up if it will. There we go. And that's the smoke from the heads, but we ain't doing all that right now. I think that's just noisy valves. The rockers are not adjusted. Sounds good, runs good, idles good, good oil pressure still. Temp is coming down. Oil pressure's at above 40. I think we might have a winner. LAB. All right, guys, car's up on the lift. Gordon's tackling the starter real quick. I think we are gonna put in the new kickdown cable. Me and him looked it over. We think we're pretty confident, and that's always a really bad sign, but we're gonna keep going on with that. The car has a bunch of oil leaks, but fuck that. I'm not even, Gordon, do you care?
Nope.
Cool, I don't care either.
It runs.
It runs, and it runs really good. All right, I apologize. My battery died and I just had a major scare. It read SD error, but I think I was trying to operate on 0% battery while charging and recording. Oh man, Gordon, I almost lost my shit.
Yeah, don't do that.
I almost lost my shit. But anyways, car's on the lift. I don't know where it cut off, so let me just give you a brief rundown. RPM air gap is installed. Brawler 680 is installed. Timing is mildly adjusted. RPC throttle cable is in. If you want to know a trick or a hack, 2 ARP head stud washers will make perfect. They'll create the perfect circle for you to pass through the firewall and double nut it. Otherwise, on a G body, from what I see, you have a square hole and the double nut setup is going to pass right through it, and you won't be able to do anything. So Gordon's tackling the starter right now. We're putting in a Hitachi PSL 100. It's a little mini starter. It's actually pretty set. Oh, I just dropped all your sunflower seeds, all your oldies. That's even nastier. Man, putting this bad boy in. Hopefully it fits. Let's say that. Anyways, we're gonna keep going. Gordon's dropping stuff. Oh, we got problems. We got problems. He's holding it. He's holding it. See, you don't even have to have the lift up all the way for this guy. Get you a short friend. Starter out, Sarah?
Working on it.
Working on it. It's dangling. Got one wire to go. All right. See you guys in a second. All right, guys. Let me see. Get that. New Hitachi starter in. This thing is nice. Comes with ARP bolts 3. This will do a big block and a small block, 164 or 153, I believe, if I'm saying that right. Yeah, it'll do 153 or 168, excuse me. 12 volt only, obviously, but this thing does everything. It's like the #1 selling one. They say Hitachi got rid of all of their starters, their Chevy starters, just to make this one because it performs so well and it does everything. It has 2 different settings, obviously, and comes with ARP bolts, which I'm really impressed with. And we just put 1 shim in and made a big difference. We haven't started it yet, but it looks better. It looks like it's lined up. Check out the ingenuity. Did you see these?
What?
To keep the tranny cooler lines.
Oh, yeah.
That's sexy.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yep.
And we're gonna be doing our kickdown cable right there, as you can see behind the servo. I want to put a stall in this thing, but it is like, that's going down the rabbit hole. But I think we should be able to do
gears first.
Yeah, gears. Like I said, gears, probably a stall. You're right, man. Don't you hate it? Anyways, and I want to do an X-pipe exhaust. True duals sound cool, but X-pipe just sounds better.
And give you better flow.
Give you better flow. I need that turbo lax. All right, guys, give us a sec. Okay, you guys, we are, I'd say, done. Timing still left to do. We're gonna test drive it right now. You guys are about to see that, but new starter is in. Throttle kick, TV kick down is in. Set up, it's nice and it's loose right now. We're gonna just do a quick test drive to see how we like it. Throttle cable's in, air gap intake, 680 brawler. I think the rear float's set a little too high, but I need to drive it just to double check it's not smoking like the last one was. And as long as the vacuum secondaries open up, the place that's gonna tune it is gonna deal with all that. I put new breathers just for PCV instead of having, you know, relying on a check ball. Score. We're not gonna be able to run the air cleaner. I don't even think this thing will close, but I don't have insulation. What do you think? Should be good.
See?
We'll see. Gordon, we'll see. So, yeah, Gordon, go ahead and give us a start. Not a lot of smoke. It's not running too rich. There we go. There it is. All right, guys, we're gonna take it outside. Okay, guys, she's running hella good. Starts up hella good, idles, but I'm not a carburetor guy. I'm not the world's best, so we were adjusting a few things, and I know the basics, you know, 1.5 turns, maybe 2 turns to start on the idle, mixture screws, but Gordon, in all his infinite knowledge, he said, let's just refer to Uncle Tony's garage. And boy, did that, I never even heard of some of the shit he was saying. So apparently we're gonna set our idle where we want. I think 800's a good one. We have a tack. And then he says, I'll move this back half a turn, because I did move him out from 1.5 to 2. So I'll move him back to half a turn and we'll start adjusting from there. So he says, take your idle mixture screws here and turn it in a half a turn until the idle starts to drop. So until the idle starts to drop, stop there, turn it back to the original position of, you know, like your last one. So if you go a half a turn in and then go a half a turn in and it starts to drop, turn it back, turn it out another half a turn away from it, and stop there, and then go to your second one, right?
That's your
leanest.
That's your leanest.
And that'll be your leanest. This thing will idle, and we're gonna see what that does. So give us a second.
So should we start with this throttle first, or the?
Yeah, we're gonna start with that. But check out this turn of the keyness. Oh! Oh! I love that. I love that. Oh, geez, I'm jumping GoPro. Okay, turn up the idle a little bit. We're at like 5. We're at 7. Right there. One more of those. Half of that actually. A little. Yep, that's 8 on the dot. That's 8 on the dot.
So you want me to start backing this little screw out before it starts to die, right?
No, start turning it in.
Oh, you said in?
Yeah, in until it.
Clean, out is.
Yep. So in is lean, out is fat. So Gordon's gonna take this one and turn it a half turn. That's a half. Right there, so go back to the half and go to the other side. That's a half. Okay, so take it back. And that's that. I never heard of that before.
Yeah.
I have. A little stumble at idle. I know there's supposed to be some play here. Let's see what it does. You mind videotaping? Or you just back it out, throw it in first, and just wail on it. It's breaking up a little bit, guys. We're messing with the timing. I said let's stop at the timing because I liked where it was actually at. And so we're gonna start playing with the fuel a little bit. I don't have my gauges installed, but you can feel the car is so much faster than it's ever been. Even with the mist, it's horrible. It's so much faster. Yeah, that's faster. That's better than it's ever been. This thing has never moved this fast. kill it? Yeah, it's not a stick. My bad, G. Did it feel better? Did it stumble?
No.
No? Oh, let me try that. Let me try that. Hold on. I didn't know. I don't know if it was stumbling.
It didn't seem like it stumbled.
Nice. Let's see.
You heard it screech tire and everything.
Yeah. Oh, that startup. I love that. Still holding good temperature and good oil pressure, so we're good there. So from a dead stop, this thing's always been a pig. So we're gonna see what it feels like. I'll know. Ready? It broke up for me. It didn't do that for Gordon. Fucking piece of shit. Oh, I don't know what that was, but she did something different. I don't want to be too loud because we're by the shop and shit, so I'm putting in second. That's first, that's second. That one, when I came back right here, was good. I don't know what the fuck happened else. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm happy with what it's doing. Well, not happy with what it's doing, but I'm happy that it's running. I'm happy that all our parts are on. I'm happy it's got a starter. Shit, I'm happy I own this motherfucker. Finally got the stuff I wanted on it, so I think it's at a good point where I could clean up the shop. I can go to Seattle, I can take my trip, and I'll come back, and I think I'm gonna have, you know, I'll do the X pipe. I'll do a 2.5-inch exhaust with a 2.5-inch exhaust with an X pipe. Put in my O2 sensors, my dual lambda gauge. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw me post it. I'll try to get the part number up for you guys, and then I'm gonna have this thing tuned. I want to get the valves adjusted. I might see if our fabricator, he's really good with all types of cars, so I want to see if he can do something for me. And then I want to order my, because I got the B&M shifter, the Magnum stick, the quarter stick or whatever, to go floor shift. And I want to use a Sheldon machine tunnel mount. It's hella clean. It's all gusseted and shit. It's pretty cool. And then I think that's kind of it. I really like it. I'll probably keep adjusting the fucking TV cable so I can get my hard shifts I like. Because this is an old school. I want my shit to chirp. I want my chirp like that. You feel me? I don't know. You know, little whistle pipes go woo woo. You know what I'm saying? But I'm really happy. So we ended up installing the Hitachi starter, and we put a single shim just off of Vision, and it sounds perfect. What else did we do? We did the RPC kickdown cable, and let me say this. Oh, sorry. If you get one of those, I advocate for them. It's cheap. It's a cheap knockoff part, and that's for a reason. I actually had to like hog out one of the things just to get it to mount, but it worked. The Ryan Star throttle cable bracket, the horseshoe looking one, put that on. RPC throttle cable. We ended up using ARP washers to keep it from pulling through. Like we're literally trying to use square, circle pieces and square holes, and they were able to pass through unless you had a washer. So I ended up having some spare ARP head bolt washers for an LS, and they worked perfect. They had the correct size hole, and they were large enough diameter where they didn't pull through either the firewall or the throttle cable bracket. What else did we put on? Brawler 680, RPM air gap, my favorite intake. They make power for days. It's just the best intake on the market, paired with one of the the best carburetor companies, Holley. That's all that thing is. And if you look at the testing, that thing's within 10 horsepower or less of like the $1,000 Holley XP series.
Yeah.
And that's why I was like, well, I wanted the XP series because it was like that nice phantom black look. And I was like, it's within 10 horsepower. What does Brawler make? And then I found they make a black body with red anodized sections. I was like, oh, I gotta have that. The car's looking beautiful on the fucking weld. Shout out to the tire man Mo. I'm so happy about these tires, these wheels and tires, excuse me. Gordon, he's helped me out so much. He's been here since, what, you've been out here in Sac since 10 o'clock?
Yeah, 10 o'clock basically I rolled up.
Yep. He went and got some parts from Tognotti's, returned some stuff to Tognotti's, and he came to my house, we picked up parts and just been doing this shit all day. I will say I went and got a haircut for about an hour and a half, and he was just sitting there like, God damn, how long is this gonna take? But the car is running. I'm so happy about that. I'm just elated. So please don't be afraid to like hit that like button, share this shit, comment, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. If you're new to the channel, this is my 1980 Chevrolet Malibu Classic. It's a 350 base stroker, probably a 355. I don't think it's a 383, but it does have 1.5 rockers. It does have a cam. It does have probably, I'd call them mid-length headers. It's got, like we just went over, a 680 Brawler, Edelbrock RPM air gap, weld S104 wheels. It doesn't have posi yet. Please bear with me. I'm shopping. Let me tell you right now, if your G-body doesn't have posi yet, oh my God, you have to spend a gaggle of money. That shit ain't even right. It's not even funny. But anyways, I hope you guys like the car. I hope you guys like the content. I appreciate every single one of you guys. And actually be on the lookout for some merch. I'm actually in the middle of designing some merch for myself for the car. I hope you guys like it. And if you don't know, I'm going to be debuting a name for this thing. It's actually pretty funny. It's from one of my favorite movies, but I'm not going to tell you guys yet. If you think you know it, leave a comment. Or if you think you have a good name, leave a comment. Anyways, guys, peace.